Job is despairing of his life. As he sits on the ash heap outside the city where he lived, we are not left to wonder what is going through his mind. Over in the 29th and 30th chapter of his book, Job is speaking of things as they used to be and as they are now. In a modern paraphrase of those words, we can get a sense of what this man was feeling. Listen to his words. In days past, God took care of me, and God's friendship was felt in my home. All of my children were around, and my life was prospering. The elders of the city honored me, and the young men stepped aside and reverenced me. Even the highest officials in the city stood in respect for me. But that was then, and this is now. The young men make fun of me. I am a joke to them. They spit in my face. They lay traps for my path. They come at me from all directions. I live in terror with no one to help. Depression haunts my days. I cry to God, but I get no answers. My voice of joy and gladness has turned to mourning. By this stage in the life of Job, it should become clear that an entirely new trial has overtaken him. The trial of depression, of deep mental and spiritual trauma. The terrible disasters that are described in the first 2 chapters are over. Job has managed to weather them with his piety intact. But now the battle has shifted from the outside of his life to the inside of his life. Now it is Job's inner life, his very soul, that is under direct attack. And in the 3rd chapter, he cries out in 3 laments about what it's like to be where he is. And anyone who's ever been depressed or has known people who have been depressed and have walked through depression with them will understand completely why Job is lamenting as he is. Let's look at what he says. His first lament in verses 1 through 3, we might title it, "Why Did I Arrive?" He says, after this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth.